Misinformation has become one of the biggest hurdles in the fight against COVID-19. That's according to a local expert. As Pat McKay reports, he's on a mission to debunk and fact-check statements frequently made about the virus.
Kyle Anderson with the University of Saskatchewan's College of Medicine has seen a lot of misinformation out there during the pandemic. He says it's coming from uneducated people.
If the first thing they hear is one, chiropractor's opinion about how masks have no possibility of working, and then you've got thousands of, research scientists who do this for a living who say it does, someone will say, well, I heard this other thing first, and that's what I'm going to choose to believe.
So here's some fast fact-checking. Claim conspiracies against COVID-19 and science are hurtful. Anderson says people who support this kind of rhetoric are helping the enemy virus that we're trying to defeat.
Sure, it might be your right not to get vaccinated. It might be your right not to wear a mask when we didn't have a mask mandate. But in doing so, you are degrading the quality of life of everyone in this society. You need to stop that because your selfishness is harming everyone.
How about the claim that the death count from COVID-19 in hospitals is inflated?
Some people just don't believe that doctors have the competence and expertise to say that, yes, this lung infection that led to someone dying because they could not get enough oxygen, it was because of COVID. And some people will say, well, they had other pre-existing conditions. That doesn't negate the fact that they would be alive if they had not become infected.
Next up, misinformation spreads faster than the truth. Anderson says people are more likely to share clickbait that's more provocative.
And people are like, that's the thing I'm going to share because I have the attention span and the capability to say, oh yeah, that seemed to make sense. And they don't have that sort of critical thinking of we need to have expertise and trust expertise.
And believing studies done by people who aren't scientists have just as much integrity as those done by actual scientists.
It makes sense to them to say, well, one person has this opinion and someone else says something different, and those are both valid. As a scientific community, we know that one opinion that goes against 1,000 scientific studies is not reliable.
He says you don't need to believe science for it to be the truth. Pat McKay, CTV News, Saskatoon.